Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Women Mourn the Death of the It Girl Era on Instagram and TikTok. Let's get right into it.
So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Trauma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about what happened to the girls who used to be it. I'm talking about the girls who had the internet in the chokehold between the early 2010s up until like a few years ago. The Instagram baddies, the clubwear queens, the ones who were getting flown out, throwing stacks at Dior, and the ones who were dropping Fashion Nova codes. They were literally everywhere. Every Explore page, every flyer, every club in Miami or Houston. But now, it's crickets. Well, not really, but I think we just don't care anymore for real. I did touch on this topic a few years back because I felt like people were starting to withdraw from some of the parasocial relationships they formed as teenagers. But now I think it's definitely there. I remember being on Tumblr and following India Love and just loving the aesthetic. But of course, as I've said before, millennials and older Gen Z are aging out of things, and I feel like the IG baddie era is one of them. Some are still doing their thing, some are quiet, and others are rebranding in real time. And let me just say, this video isn't to tear anybody down. I still like some of these women, emphasis on some. I do admire Lori Harvey's mystique and silence, and I do like some of the fashion and aesthetics I see. I'm not opposed to everything, but the game has definitely changed. So I wanted to talk about this because the shift in what some people who pay attention to pop culture once saw as influential doesn't have the same snap, crackle, pop. So I've broken this video into 4 main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first talking point is really looking at the girls who ruled the internet. Let's take it back to the height of the baddie era, which is like 2017 to like 2021. Circa peak Kylie Jenner lip kit selling out in 5 minutes. Circa the YouTube beauty gurus with tutorials on liquid lipsticks and the Naked 2 palette. Circa the lo-fi filter on Instagram with natural candid pictures. Y'all remember those times? Like literally, what a time. Now, if I had to scan the IG baddie player build, there was a very clear formula. Getting a BBL, beating your face to the gods, posting designer bags, and get tagged by Fashion Nova. And boom, you were lit. There were even days that Fashion Nova used to comment on your picture if you tagged them. I remember I went on a YouTuber influencer trip to Los Angeles back in like 2017, I think, maybe 2018. And I was in an Uber with the other girls, and the Uber driver asked if any of us were influencers with over 100,000 followers and if we have the quote unquote Fashion Nova look. And neither of us did at that time, but that was so peak in that era. And that's when the baddies were really seen as desired visually. You didn't need to act or sing or really have any talent. Your aesthetic was your brand. Now, looking into some of them, Ari Fletcher had a personality that people loved to hate and maybe still do, and she was always trending, yet people were still tuned in to see what wig she had on or what new designer bag she was sporting, and of course, her then relationship. Ari is actually someone who kind of surpassed, well, definitely surpassed the relevancy of what maybe had put her on. Those in Chicago say that she was already known in Chicago before she got with G Herbo, her ex and baby daddy, but she didn't come into my view until she was in that relationship. But even more so now that she has branded herself better after that relationship. As controversial as she has been, she is still in our face as influential to some, but visually a modern it girl to many. Now, Jada Chivas built an entire beauty brand off.
It's just funny to listen to women talk about like the it girl. Like, these girls were never it to us. It was it to y'all. But the industry understood that, all right, this is like the modern day, like this is like the beginning of what influencers became to be, right? Like everybody wanted to be an influencer. Why? So they could wear Fashion Nova, they could get their face beat to the gods, they could get BBLs, like, and then eventually a lot of these girls just became baby mamas. They became single moms. Like, none of these girls became wives. Like, none of them. She mentioned Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner didn't become a wife, she became a baby mama. Like, a lot of these women did not ultimately achieve what I assume most girls is like the highest status of a woman, which is a wife, right? To walk around as a missus, not to walk around as, oh yeah, I'm his baby mama, right? Like, but you know what? It did bring in a whole new flair to where like a single mom was like, now we have the single mom influencer, like, and that kind of became a thing. But yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to this, but you're right. I don't really see this too much on my IG anymore. I feel like the new era, what's going on now is like everybody's a gym girl. Like, the gym girl era is kind of like probably the new era right now, where like prior to like maybe years ago, like what she's saying, 2018, nobody was hitting the gym, right? Everybody's hitting the operation table. But now people, they still hit the operation table, but they try to go to the gym and fake it like they earned it in the gym. And I just think, like, as times change, people realize, like, that was boring. Let's move on to something else. Like, things get old, they get stale. You know what I'm saying? This baby mama thing to me is real. I don't know how any woman would want to pursue and look up to it. But I watched my sister do it. I watched so many people who were just hyped about these girls, and now there are more of them than ever. But nobody's caring about it. Like maybe a little bit, maybe Aisha Brown got a little bit of attention, but even still, it's really good because she became a baby mama. That's kind of the new. Maybe we're in the baby mama era now. I don't know.
But visually a modern it girl to many. Now, Jada Chivas built an entire beauty brand off of her looks and persona. She was the it girl blueprint for the black girls, especially because she was young and she seemed to have this je ne sais quoi. And this was even pre Lil Baby is My Baby Daddy days, right? She was definitely a hustler. Jada to me is the epitome of an it girl because it was never just about the look, even though that plays a huge role. But I think her initial interest was how young she was and how much she was doing and how people took an interest to her hustle, her business, and her success. Now, India Love was really the original social media influencer who just started taking pretty pictures on Tumblr, and she had one of the most loyal fan bases on the internet. I mean, she single-handedly is famous for being famous on social media. Her influence started even before the 2017 boom, but peaked during this era as well. India, to me, is one of the most recognizable faces in urban pop culture, and she did attempt to increase her media presence with a TV show featuring her sisters called The Westbrooks, which aired in 2015, but it was canceled just after one season. And I remember watching the show in college. I was a freshman, and I thought it was interestingly boring, but still gave more of a glimpse of India. Now, what all of them had in common was this: they were aspirational. Maybe not inspirational to everyone, but aspirational. And let me just say this too, I think it's fine to look at someone's lifestyle and use it as motivation, but it has to be healthy, okay? Because people be sitting here wanting to be people and you're not these people. Prayer and manifestation are methods people use based off of what they see or want, and oftentimes it's through what is most in front of our eyes, through our TVs, our phones, and people just around us. But y'all, it has to be healthy, let me say that. So yes, they were aspirational about maybe their lifestyles, and they represented luxury, bad bee energy, and being desired. I think some honorable mentions are Lyra Galore and Miracle Watts. These two were OG baddies. You know, they were one of the first to make the Instagram vixen aesthetic mainstream, and both of them had a huge influence in hip-hop spaces. They've dated rappers and they've appeared in music videos, and I think their names are amongst some of the original baddies. Another is Dream Doll. She was a reality TV star turned rapper, and she embodied the glammed up BBL coded era while building a music career, which I think is kind of like the late 2010s, late 20-teens, whatever you want to call it, package. I think Dream Doll is obviously still amongst the convo, but her appearance on the Bad Girls Club show put her in front of a huge audience, and then she really dove into the baddies aesthetic and was a familiar face ever since. Ruby Rose is a rapper and model who fits the aesthetic perfectly: the long weaves, sexy look, and a strong presence in both fashion and music. And I think she's still relevant because she still trends a lot and still has been on par with it. Now, I'll ask y'all this: do y'all think Ruby is most known for her look as a baddie or her music? Because me personally, I really do often forget that she is a rapper. Mulan Hernandez is another one. I'm not as familiar with her, but she's literally known for her beauty brand deals and dating athletes. And I believe she was a basketball player as well. And she was very much a part of that quote unquote soft life wave that influenced luxury lifestyle content. And then to bring it home, Bernice Burgos. She is really like a timeless beauty. She has maintained relevance through constant glam, modeling, and being embraced in a lot of the hip hop scene. And this woman is 44 years old. I don't know what genes she was blessed with, but she's able to still be in the baddie it girl space, because to me she looks younger than women that are half her age. She's beautiful. Now, of course, there are many others and y'all can list them, but as with every trend, things eventually shift. Which brings me to my second point. Now, my second point is answering what exactly changed? Like, what changed? The shift is literally the end result of one thing. The internet evolved, and so did our taste in influencers. One of the biggest factors was oversaturation. Once every girl started getting the same surgeries, wearing the same wigs, and doing the same look over the shoulder pose, the uniqueness basically faded. It stopped feeling special and started feeling very forced. And I'm like a 2010s core advocate. I loved the era and was a teenager in that era, so I'm still stuck in that era a little bit. Do y'all ever see those posts on TikTok or Instagram that say 2016 makeup versus 2025 makeup? I am so 2016, it's not even funny. So I still do appreciate the time and the women who are keeping it alive, but two things can be true at once. And for real, the oversaturation of baddies and it girls just caused it to not hit the same. It's like they're there, but they're not here, right? Then TikTok came in and flipped the whole scene. Suddenly, people didn't really care about the polished pictures. They just wanted authenticity. People started connecting more with creators in robes, showing their real skin, talking about real life issues and making people feel seen. Even for me doing commentary, my channel really started taking off towards the end of the It Girl peak because I feel like people started seeking more conversation about things we can relate to, because there's obviously more to life than being that girl in that way.
I want to talk about that because she has a great point. You know, we talk more now. We're having more of a conversation now than before. Like we didn't, you know, back when I was coming up, when back when I guess the It Girl, the baddies, we didn't hear them talk. They didn't, and then when they did talk, they failed. Like they said, what's that girl name? Oh my God, what's her name? I forgot. She fell off so hard, I forgot. Oh, India Love. There you go. India Love, when she had her TV show, The Westbrooks, like, people realize that, oh shit, we actually don't want her to talk. It's boring. When she talks, it's boring because a lot of these girls got nothing to contribute. But yes, I do agree that the era's changed now. Like if you look at all the videos that I make, I'm reacting to girls that talk. They got something to say. Now, granted, they're not saying they're special. Maybe they still sound like the girls that like the girls back in the day, with how they would have sound. But we're more addressing their talking points now than ever. Like we didn't really address the baddies' talking points ever. Right, and like literally, I've made hundreds of videos at this point now, and just the wildest things that girls have said. And it's interesting because you realize that a lot of girls look up to losers. They don't look up to like girls that are like worth a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? They look up like everyone's wearing this Kanye wet T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye really convinced everybody to just, you know, show off their body nude under the shirt. You know what I'm saying? And wet it. Like, so many people chased this trend, and some people had horrible bodies, some people had decent bodies, but everyone did it. It was like, it's almost like if Kanye West knew, like, if I just do a simple monkey see, monkey do type of t-shirt, everybody's going to do it. All these girls did it. All of them. You know, and so now we get to see, like, now as, you know, my channel grows, I'm starting to see now that we want to hear what y'all have to say more now. We done seen your body. We done seen all the booty. We done seen all the BBLs. We done seen all of it. Like, y'all, all of y'all are just half, like, none of y'all got clothes on. So we've seen all that. And there's only so much of that you could see before it's saturated and boring. And, like, I think this is why men at this point right now, we're just, like, even me, like, I'm just bored with all this. Like, I don't even want to date, like, none of this stuff because, you know, we've moved past, like, modern women were greedy. Now it's just avarice, right? Like now is like, see, greed is like, if you look at the definition of greed, it's like intense, selfish desire for money, wealth, or status, right? That's greed. If you look at the word avarice, avarice is an extreme form of greed. So greed's bad, but women are extremely greedy now. Extremely greedy. That's why, like I said, we're in an era of, we went from greed, now it's like avarice. And so, what I say to that is I say, because women are avarice now, right? They show up in this avarice way. I think men are like, yo, I don't want to take a girl on a date because you want me to spend $100, $200, $300 just so you could see if you like me or not. Like it's so self-centered, that idea that I'm going to sacrifice a hard day, 2 hard days, 3 hard days of work just so you could just be, oh, I could eat what I want, drink what I want, go to a fancy restaurant date. You couldn't afford yourself. You could never take yourself out to this type of date. But you want me to do it because you're selfish. And now men are saying like, oh, whoa, hold up. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And so now I feel like the era that we're in now is reacting to that. Reacting to the fact that we're tired of just seeing all these naked women online. Now we're looking at it like, all right, what do y'all have to say? Who are you really? We see that you guys are carbon copies of each other. We see that you guys all want to wear it. Y'all are completely not what we desire. Like the weaves, the BBLs. Like you've never seen me make a video where I said, man, if I marry a woman, she better have a BBL. She better have a weave. You've never seen me say that. And I've never seen men say this. But yet women show up, sign up day in, day out, all the time looking to impress who got the best weave, who got the best surgeon, all the time. And so what was the end result of that? After all these years, none of these girls are married. Even Rihanna's not married. But at least Rihanna's happy with a family, and maybe A$AP Rocky won't actually leave her. Maybe they're really happy together. But look at Rihanna. Rihanna's quote unquote the baddies of all baddies, right? She's the baddest. And right now, she's with a black man that didn't have to wife her up, but still got 2-3 kids out of her. And she's a billionaire. And we know damn well A$AP Rocky's not a billionaire. So again, all these girls aspired to be somebody that were losers, realistically. The way that men view it, are losers, pass-arounds. Drea, pass-around. India Love, pass-around. All these other girls they named, pass-arounds. Ain't nobody really trying to hit it for more than a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and that's it. But you women are like, oh my God, they got all this attention, all these, and they swear men want them, men don't want them. And now we're seeing that men don't actually want them. And so now we're in an era where women are complaining about following all these trends and not getting the result they thought they wanted, but they never seen any of these girls get those results either. So it's like, what did you expect?
Enhanced wasn't the standard anymore. People were accepting to size diversity, color diversity, and wanted that included in their everyday lives. Also, we hit a point of aesthetic fatigue, and I've talked about this. There's so many aesthetics out. That full glam, hyper curated life started to feel literally exhausting. Like, how many Birkin bag unboxings can we watch before it feels like a flex that we're never gonna relate to? When I see them now, I'm like, okay, go you, but okay, we get it. You're calling me broken cursive. And lastly, a lot of these baddies didn't transition into long-term branding. The influencer industry is way too competitive now to just coast on your looks alone, like coasting on your beauty. It does work for some people, but overall, people want purpose. That's why when the show came out, Impact Atlanta on BET, and it featured some of the it girls, people were taken back by learning the true personalities of some of these women and how either bird brain they are or how toxic or misguided they can be. I think life was better for influencers of this aesthetic when they kept their mouth shut and nobody knew what they sounded like or their thought process. But also in the same breath, people did want to hear more and see more than just a look. So they...
Ari hints that she used to want Moneybagg Yo to pull his gun out to stop her from leaving. Oh my God. And they say that this, and we call this, we say that men are toxic. Oh, the issue with men is toxic masculinity. No one's talking about this toxic femininity. This is toxic. This is why I haven't had a girl, like, you know, now I don't know if you guys know, I'm going to tell you, and I'm pretty proud of it, but I'm a lawful firearm owner, right? And not only that, like, I'm in the state of New Jersey, like, I even have the permit to carry. So I actually tote a pistol with me almost everywhere I go. Okay, so please don't run up on me. I got lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Please. I don't want no smoke. I really don't want no smoke. But I'm saying that to say, guns ain't nothing to play with, bro. I'm being very serious with it. And this is why I don't want girls sleeping. Now that I have legal firearms in my possession, I don't want girls sleeping over and pulling shit like this. This scares me. That there's girls out there that think it's cute for you to threaten them with guns. That's crazy to me. And I believe it. And women are so bird-brained that, you know, it's going to take a lot of effort on your part not to do something to them. Because I could imagine a girl like this, right? She know her man is armed and she probably smack him in the head, mushing him. Bro, like, what? And then when these girls get hands put on them, they're crying, victim. Oh my God, I'm a victim. He hit me. You're not supposed to hit a woman. You're not supposed to hit a woman. Mind you, there's girls like this taunting you to pull your gun out. Can you, what? Our culture is in a bad place, man. Our culture is in a bad place. Black culture, our attitudes, our values are all in the trash, yo. All of them. What? Bro. See, my pistol, my firearm is to protect me and my family and those who I'm around. You feel me? It ain't to threaten a girl to stop from leaving. What? No, girl, leave. I want you. I'm about to call the police for real. Like, that's how I'm moving now. Like, you gotta be so proactive when it comes to women acting like this that you gotta call the cops. And I don't want to deal with any girl that I got to call the cops on because she thinks it's cute for me to threaten her with my gun. That is so bizarre to me. I've never experienced this. I've dated some girls that thought it was cute to put their hands on me, and I had to check them hard. Like, hey, yo, don't you ever put your effing hands on me. I had to check them real hard. And it stopped. And one of the reasons why I stopped, because I just stopped talking to them. Because I don't want to be with a girl that I got to put hands on her for her to submit. But a lot of these girls, that's what they seen growing up. They seen their mamas getting their ass whooped and then obeying a man. They never seen a woman just obeying a man willfully. Nah, you gotta beat me up for me to listen. You gotta make me shut up. Make me shut up. I don't want to make you shut up, girl. Keep talking. The police is on the way. Keep talking. And look, y'all can say what y'all want. Oh, that ain't gangster, dog. That ain't gangster. You snitching. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. I am a civilian. I'm not a gangster. That's why I got a lawful permit to carry a firearm around my state. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an extensive, criminal record. I've been to jail. Not proud about it. I've been to jail. But all my charges got dropped, and this is what allows me to move through my state comfortably. Like, personally, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't want to move around with a pistol trying to hide it. That, to me, y'all think that's gangster. To me, I think that's like weak. I gotta hide my shit. No, I want to. See, to me, gangster is being able to walk around with a gun with impunity. You can't do nothing. But a cop comes, checks me, like, yeah, I tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you get pulled over, by the police, you got to tell them, like, hey, look, I got a lawful permit to carry, and it's on me, right? So, and then, you show them your permit, you know what I'm saying, you show them your paperwork, and you're on your merry way. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, look, I'm not saying it like this, I'm saying it like this. The state knows that if they give you a permit to carry a pistol, that means that, it's there to protect yourself. So that there are circumstances where you'll pop somebody. It's a last resort. You know what I'm saying? I'm trained. I went through all the classes because you got to go through in Jersey, you got to go through classes to carry a firearm. I go through all the classes, but, it's a last resort. It's not something you want to do, but they are conscious that there are certain scenarios where it's lawful for one man to shoot another man. Okay? And, I want to lean on that side. Lawfully being able to carry a gun, lawfully being able to shoot your ass if you mess around. Not run around trying to threaten people. Don't leave me, girl. Don't leave me. Pull out a pistol on you. Are you crazy? How much time you get for that? I don't know. I don't want to know. That's why until I can find a girl who's in her right side of mind, bro, I'm not having anybody sleep over. I don't know the next, girls could come and chill and leave. And I don't even drink. So we're not going to be drunk in my crib. You're not going to be drinking in my crib. You could come for a fun time and then you got to go. Right? And I'm saying that because this is why the Instagram baddies fell off. Because they're toxic, they're stupid, and they got nothing to offer but drama, bad weeds, bad breath, and some shitty-ass BBLs. I want no parts. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.